Hello, I'm Dr. Pizzadili, and I'm talking about autoimmune conditions. Autoimmune conditions are an epidemic in this country. Estimates are that 50 million Americans suffer from autoimmune conditions. And some doctors figure there are 50 to 100 different variations of the autoimmune problem. Many people don't even know their illness is autoimmune related. They just know they are miserable and can't find any help. Even when they're diagnosed, autoimmune patients only get treated with steroids, immune suppressive drugs, and even with chemotherapy for the rest of their life, and they still feel bad and keep getting worse. We recently learned of the death of Glenn Frey, founding member, singer, and driving force behind the band The Eagles, famous since the 1970s and one of the most successful bands of all time. He had suffered from rheumatoid arthritis for 15 years. The report was that he died of pneumonia, colitis, and other complications related to his rheumatoid arthritis. Of course, the next day, his manager said that he thought it was the medications given for Frey's rheumatoid arthritis that had killed him. The number one treatment for rheumatoid arthritis is methotrexate, an anti-cancer drug. Methotrexate is chemotherapy, very toxic and damaging to the liver, the kidneys, the lungs, the digestive tract, and other tissues. Glenn Frey suffered very serious problems with ulcerative colitis caused by his medications, and in November, just before he died, he had had major surgery on his intestines. The surgery weakened him, and then that led to pneumonia with his already weakened lungs, and finally the combination of factors took his life. Here was a man with tremendous resources, world famous, with 8 of the best specialists in New York reported to be working on his case, and they could not save him. Ladies and gentlemen, the message here is that standard medical care for autoimmune conditions is dangerous and deadly. Whatever medications given for your autoimmune condition likely carry serious toxic effects that could threaten your life as well. If you are facing an autoimmune condition, you cannot just ignore it or take medications to cover up the symptoms. There are natural solutions to autoimmune conditions that can keep you out of these medical dead ends. If you want to recover your health, you must look outside the standard medical box that's controlled by Big Pharma. You don't want to end up like Glenn Frey, suffering for many years and finally dying of his medical treatment. He had all the money in the world, but it was not enough to save him as long as they stuck to mainstream medical methods. Now, autoimmune-related conditions include rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, Graves' disease, psoriasis, type 1 diabetes, cancer, multiple sclerosis, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, fibromyalgia, lupus, pernicious anemia, Sjogren's syndrome, ulcerative colitis, and many, many more. Well, there are brand new natural recovery methods for autoimmune patients. Come to my free autoimmune recovery workshop next Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Health Pro Alaska on Fireweed Lane. We'll talk about the origins of autoimmune conditions and real solutions that you have not yet heard about. Call or text anytime at 907-891-6617 to reserve your seat today. It's important that you call or text now because space is limited and we'll also be serving delicious organic food. So call or text anytime, 907-891-6617. And thank you. I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to changing your life for the better.